Good morning, good morning, good morning, Queens Rise Up. You know how we do. Happy 2019. Yes, this is Queen Rise Up Women Empowerment, and we empower all women to what? To know their worth. Queen, do you know your worth this morning? Listen, do you understand your value? Have you underestimated yourself? Queen, I need you to rise up this morning. Make the devil mad that you have put your foot on the ground, and make sure when you put it on the ground, you put it on the jugular of his neck this morning. Come on, Queen, I need you to rise up and do what you know to do. Can I say that? Start your day in prayer, because you know how we used to say, prayer changes things. Queens, get up and get in your spiritual positions. Take your places. Come on, there's something for you to do today. You got to get your orders. Can I say that, Queen? I want you to rise up. This morning, God dealt with me with balance. Listen, 2019, let's deal with balance. Taking this year in on strong, starting out on the right foot, on a good foot, with a positive mind, positive attitude. Good morning, Queen. Good to see you this morning. Thank you for joining me this morning. Listen, Queen, we're talking about balance. What is balance? 2019, you got to have balance. Listen, balance basically, it's like a scale. You have a scale. You can have too much of one thing and not enough of the other thing. So you have a scale. Good morning, Queen. Good to see you this morning, Marsha. Balance. Somebody say balance. 2019, God, I decree and declare that I have balance on my life. Listen, balance is like a scale. You have too much of something and not enough of one thing. But Queen, this year, we're going to ask God to balance us out as women, as wives, as mothers, as aunties, whatever that thing is in your life, but balance. Because let me tell you something, if you have an unhealthy balance, can I tell you the enemy use your unhealthy balance against you? Let me just say that this morning. So let me just hear 2019, we're talking about balance, taking time for yourself. And time is important. How do I know time is important? Because according to Genesis, the book of Genesis, it took God 7 days. It took time. He said, listen, on the first day, he called light day and the night darkness. On the second day, take time, queens. You got to have balance. And on the second day, he created the skies and the seas. On the third day, the land and vegetations. On the fourth day, the stars, the moon, and the sun. Come on. On the fifth day, he created creatures and sea creatures, and the birds. And on the fifth day, the animals, he created. And on the seventh day, can I tell you, Queen, he rested. Listen, you're going to have to find some me time, some balance time, because time is important to your life, especially for what's getting ready to go down for you in this year. Can I say that? Somebody say balance. You have to have healthy balance, emotional, psychological, physical. Listen, balance. And maybe some of us don't know how to keep time or schedule with our balance. Maybe you're like me. You need a calendar. Listen, get your calendar and start writing some things that you want to do better in 2019. For mine, starting today, I want to read more, not just the Bible, but read across the board. Because let me tell you something. Knowledge is power once it's applied. Read more and get into your exercise regimen, whatever that means to you, because sometimes we can find ourselves doing a whole lot of everything and end up with nothing. Let me just say that again. Find yourself doing a whole lot of everything and ending up with nothing, because you have to have a level of balance. Some people are in marriages where you are depleted within your marriage. Maybe in your marriage you are like unfulfilled. Maybe in that relationship, maybe you're a single woman and you're just feeling like unbalanced, unfulfilled, whether it's mentally, emotionally, sexually, financially. Queen, it's up to you to find the balance. And I'm going to lock and load this morning, because time is important when it comes to you. Balance is important when it comes to you. Listen, queens, what is your life like? Are you off balance? Do you have more than one thing than the other? Are you doing something that's taking away from other parts of your life? Queen, balance is important. If you don't have mental balance, queen, let me tell you something. The enemy will come in. He will use your idle mind. He said, what is it? An idle mind is a devil's workshop. Queen, listen, I need you to get up this morning, 2019, get in spiritual positions, because you're going to need to be spiritually balanced, naturally balanced, emotionally balanced, and physically balanced. Listen, and I'm going to tell you, I think the first steps to making a balanced place. Good morning, Reese. Good to see you this morning, Queen. We're talking about balance. Balance means you have to set boundaries at the same time. And everybody's place of balance and boundaries are different, Queen. That's according to where you are. Maybe you need to take off the negative thinking and start thinking positive. Come on, you got to have a balance. Let me just say that. Listen, and maybe you need to recognize your value of who you are. You need a balance. Can I just say that? Because if not, you'll find yourself doing or overdoing it in certain areas of your life. But Queen, 2019, I believe that God's saying time is important. If God took time, he took 7 days. Come on, we're rising from the inside out. You got it, Queen. Balance. And now I don't know, and everyone's different in their lives and different places in their life, and some people are depleted in different areas as women in their lives. But Queen, it is time for you to rise up from the inside out so you can have some balance in your life. Not unequal balance, but balance. And maybe there's that woman that needs to tell somebody, no, today I cannot do it. No, I cannot work it. No, that doesn't work for me. Because maybe you need to find the balance in life. And I don't know if you're like me sometimes. And that's always constantly feeling like you have to do something for someone, or when they ask you. It's okay to say no in 2019. Can I just say that? Listen, it is okay. It does, if it depletes you. Now, I understand making sacrifices and things of that nature, but Queen, listen, there is a time and a season for everything. How do I know? Let me lock and load this morning to according to Ecclesiastics. Because let me tell you something, time is important with God, and how you balance it is very important. Because if you don't balance it right, it can lead to anxiety, depression. It can lead to a lot of different things in your life, and toxics. Come on, clear the clutter. That's it, Queen. It's time. It is time to clear it out, whether it's mentally, emotionally, psychologically, or spiritually. You got to get it done. Listen, Queens, I've already started, got my little calendar book, and start setting some things for 2019. Now, I didn't put a whole bunch on the calendar, but put something on your calendar. What do you want today? Start today. Start thinking positive today. Start evaluating your life today. Queen, I'm going to use your word. Start to clear and declutter your life today. Listen, maybe there's people you need to declutter. Oh, did I say people? People. Come on, Queen. What is it? Balance. Are you over shopping, overspending? Come on, balance. There's so many areas of life, Queen, because you got to come up to the next level. This is part of coming up to the next level. But I want to do Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and 1 through 8. I'm just going to break it down, because there is an appointed time for everything. Can I say that? There's time under the heaven, time to give birth. There is time to die. There's a time to plant. There's a time to root up. There's a time to kill. There's a time to heal. There's a time to tear down. There's a time to build up. Queens, listen to me. Time. Good morning, Michelle. Good to see you this morning, Queen. God bless you. Thank you for joining me this morning. Fresh in 2019. And we're going to start the year out right. And we're talking about balance and time. Queen, listen, I talked about earlier in this segment how God took 7 days. Come on, 6 days to create the earth, and on the 7th day he rested. Queens, are you overdoing it? Don't overdo yourself in 2019. Make sure you are lined up to the things that God has for you, but there's a time for everything. And Queens, listen, I do believe in taking me time. He rested on the 7th day. Me time. What are you going to do in your me time? This is what this says, me time. What are you going to do in your time? Maybe you want to jot some things down in your life this season. Listen, so you won't overdo it, because you don't want to just keep doing everything or something and end up with nothing. You understand what I'm saying? Even in ministry, you can be doing a whole lot of this and not ending up with the very thing that God said concerning it. Listen, or maybe you need your calendar. Write your goals down. April, I got more reading. I want to read more, because I believe that reading is powerful. That's how you get more information. Come on. And then you apply it. I said read more and continue to exercise. Listen, Queens, find your balance. Then maybe you got children. You need to put on the children. When is family day? Come on. What is it that you need to put time into? Some of you are married and might need sex in your life. Maybe you need to put sex on your calendar. I'm just talking real talk this morning. Maybe you need to put that on the calendar, because maybe you're not giving enough or getting enough. Put it on the calendar so you know, well, on this day is that day. I'm talking to somebody this morning. Listen, start making time out for the things that bring balance into your life. Emotional, psychological, mental, emotional, physical. Listen, write those things down. It can be simple to you, but powerful. Can I tell you something? Because if you're depleted and no good, who are you good to? Queen, listen, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Come on, Queen, say it this morning. Listen, 2019 should be different for you. It should be better for you. It should be more abundant for you. Listen, but it's going to be up to you. How about that, Queen? Listen, let's step out of the old and into the new, and it starts here. Can I tell you, the transition starts by the way that you're thinking. And sometimes we're doing so much at one time. Get that one thing, accomplish it, and see what happens. And maybe we need to take a pause, take a break, step back, because sometimes we put a lot on our plates and a lot on our tables. And God said, listen, it is time for this and it's time for that. Let me go back over Ecclesiastes one more time, because I want you to lock in. We're locking and loading according to Ecclesiastes 3:1-8. I want you to lock and load your weapons and say, to this day I declare that I will make time. And make sure your time is, because your time is valuable. You are precious. You are valuable. Come on. You are working out, going towards purpose. So let me tell you, balance in life. And it says, let me read it, lock and load it, because I like to back it up with the word of God, because it is what starts the transformation in the mind. So if your mind is transformed, if your mind is being renewed, your life is being transformed. Let me say that. If your mind is being renewed, good morning, Melissa. Good to see you, Queen. Happy New Year 2019. Listen, if your mind is being renewed, your life will be transformed. So Ecclesiastes says, there is an appointed time for everything. I'm talking to that woman who's tired, who's depleted, who has done so much, even given to her children, given to her household, given to her family, given to her workplace. Let me tell you something. There's an appointed time for everything. There's a time under the heaven. A time to give birth. Queens, yes. A time to die. Come on. A time to plant. A time to uproot what is planted. A time to kill. A time to heal. And a time to tear down. And a time to build up. Queen, if you ask me, come on, Elaine. Good morning, Queen. Good to see you this morning. Andrea, good morning, Queen. Thank you for joining me this morning. That is balance. Can I say that? Lock and load. Come on, Queens. Balance. LNL, I hear you. Marsha Franklin, thank you for joining me this morning, Queens. Come on in the room this morning, my God, because 2019, we're talking about balance. And listen, you have to have it. As a woman, come on, you have to have balance, or we'll find ourselves overexerting other areas in our life. And listen, this balance, Queens, comes mental, emotional, psychological, physical, spiritually, across the board. And maybe you need to start with one area at a time, but whatever you do, Queen, jot that thing down. And remember, it is okay in 2019 to say no, and enough is enough. Queen, listen, this morning I want you to choose how you're going to live your life. How are you going to walk into your next place? And understand, it is the word of God here at Queens Rise Up that is the foundation that allows your mind to change, so your life will change, transform. And so when your life starts to transform, it is not what you do, it becomes who you are. So Queen, listen, I want you to get up this morning and just jot something down. Maybe I know as moms, we making sure our children have the best, and making sure they have the best schooling, the best clothing, making sure that they are well kept emotionally, psychologically. Come on, I know about you, but getting up and praying for your children. Listen. Not Linda, but listen. There's a time for everything. In Queen 2019, I want you to take time for yourself. Because let me tell you, some other woman needs you. She needs your strength. Yes, she does. Come on. How can you give something that you don't have? Balance. So let's start out with a positive attitude. I don't know if this is going to be a series or tomorrow may change the topic, but I want you to really balance 2019 to be a year of balance. How about that? Setting the boundaries on your life. How much are you going to allow in? How much are you going to kick back? And where are you going to say enough is enough? Or maybe today could be your time. Today is me time. Let me take time for me. What is it in your home that you haven't done that you want to do? Me time. Nobody else but you. Queen, listen, finding that balance. Maybe you need to grab your girlfriend and go out for a date or something. There's a cup of coffee, cup of tea, cup of water. I don't care. What is it that you want to do that you haven't done? What is that idea that you have in your mind that you haven't done? Write it down. Listen, 2019 should be different. It should be more abundant than 2018. So, Queen, I hope you are locked and loaded. That's it, Queen. Happy New Year. You said it, and it starts internally, not external, but from the inside out. So, Queen, listen, it is time for you to really rise up and apply these things to your life. But make sure there is balance in your life. Listen, my name is Chantel C. Ross for those who are joining me today. And I want you to take time out and share this video with some woman because she has to have balance in 2018, 2019. Been through a lot of us have, I love you too, Queen. A lot of us has been through so much in our journey. And it's now time to balance out all the things that we've been through. And let's bring some balance to it. Can I say that? That bad relationship, that bad marriage, that bad job. Come on, sending our children to college, financially being depleted. Come on, Queen, listen. Our health has been attacked. Let's find the balance back in those things that the enemy has tried to rob from us, or that we had to go out up and beyond. Maybe ministry. Come on, Queen, I'm talking to you this morning. Listen, it is time. Yes, a new year, and it starts in the internal realm. So make sure you are ready for what God has in store for you. And listen, I want to thank you for joining me here today on Queens Rise Up, empowering all women to know their worth. Because, Queen, guess what? You're valuable and you're worth something, but you have to know that. And listen, join me here every day, 6:45, 7 o'clock a.m., Monday through Friday. And don't forget to go to my blog, queenriseup.com. I love you too, Queen. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you for the love. Listen, and your prayers are always needed because much is given, Queens. You already know much is required. So listen, yes, balance. Balance, balance, balance. And then what I'm going to do too, I'm going to think of tomorrow, when we just come, see how God would lead us, because sometimes we need bullet points on our balance. And so I'm asking God to pull us some bullet points, because a lot of times we can talk about the balance, but how to apply it. You hear what I'm saying? How to apply it. I appreciate you too. God bless you, Queen. Balance, but how to apply it. Maybe it's just as simple as getting up earlier in the morning so you don't have to rush. You can take your time. Listen, Queens, we're going to have a new life up in here. I don't know about you, but listen, I'm excited about 2019 for what God is going to do. So listen, and if you have any questions or concerns, please email me at queensriseup1@gmail.com, and Zazzle.com to get your cups, your t-shirts. I'm gonna try to create a calendar. I'm gonna look in the system, see if I can get a calendar with Queens Rise Up on it. But Queens, listen, 2019, come on, it's time to do it. It's time to do it. It's just time. It is time. It is time. It is time. But I want you to know that I love you here at Queens Rise Up. I see you tomorrow, 6:45, 7 o'clock. But Queens, we're going to start it out right. We're going to start it out well. And maybe next time you see me, I have more on my list and calendar with balance. All right, God bless you. I love you. I see you here tomorrow, 6:45, 7 o'clock. And please, somebody share the video with me, because some woman needs balance 2019. God bless you. I love you, and see you on tomorrow.